the runway. Whenever you're ready, press the spacebar key and I will disengage the autopilot so you can descend to pattern altitude.
Alright, here we are. Just got the word from the trainer to descend to 2,500 feet. You can see we're in a much better situation here than yesterday because I was spending too much time talking.
Autopilot is off. You should by now see the V2B runway at about your 10 o'clock. When the runway is closer to your 9 o'clock, you will be nearing the approach fix. Check that the anti-skid switch is set to on. Descend to 2,500 feet. Maintain between 230 and 250 knots.
So I'm... Alright, just get my nose back up. Supposed to be on a heading of 231. We're going a little bit too fast. I am at idle. Let's get back up here. That's better. Just below 5,000 feet. Now I've always made a left turn to try to approach that airbase, but it seems like we're past the airbase and the runway. I got to thinking, why don't I just make a right turn and come around, and that should get me lined up pretty well with the runway. So I'm going to be making a right turn this time, because right now we're virtually just past the runway, and we could descend a little bit more here. Alright, that's better. Alright, we're almost at 2,500.
The CDI is moving toward the course arrow on the HSI. Turn left toward the runway. Reduce power to begin gradually dropping your airspeed toward 200 knots and below. If you overshoot the runway heading, perform a course correction in the opposite direction to realign the CDI with the course arrow.
I'm going to turn the other way. I wonder if that'll piss him off. Alright, come on, Bruce. Hey, raise your airspeed to back up to 200 knots. Just forgot. Alright, here we go. Let's see what he says. 2,500. Steep bank. More speed. That's better. By the way, I turned on the ILS. Where am I? So we can hear the there. Let's see where this puts us. So we can hear the ILS signal. It's Morse code. Probably the 3 letters for runway 13 of V2B.
The glide slope deviation indicator indicates that you are below the glide path. Pick up some altitude to center the needle.
Alright, so this is good. Alright, here's 2 things I wanted to show you. That line segment down below, it shows it's to the left, which means the actual localizer / runway alignment. We need to get to the left until that syncs up, and then that's right here, and here it is, it's syncing up. Let's get over. Here we go. Alright, that's much better. We're 2,500. That's great. I'm just a little bit left of the runway to try to align that line segment. And then That's perfect. Oops, we don't want to lose our altitude yet. Here's the glide slope indicator. When it starts dropping, we'll need to start descending. What's my airspeed? Whoa, I'm way too fast.
If not already done, set the aircraft to landing configuration. Set the flaps to the down position by pressing the F key twice, and lower the landing gear by pressing left
There's
shift and the G key on the
glide
keyboard.
slope. Okay, we can line up with the runway. My line segment is in line. You can see the runway dead ahead. And we need to start slowing down so we can drop our flaps. We're also supposed to do speed brakes at 40%. Okay, our glide slope is pretty good. We're almost centered here. That's good. And then let's get my speed brakes up to 40%. That's going to help my speed drop. Okay, here we go. Let's get our gear down. Come on, Bruce. Okay, that's better. I just had to recenter the track IR. There's our donut in the AOI. Perfect! We gotta lower our flaps. Our speed's 150. Okay, we got full flaps.
Fly the aircraft to keep the pitch and bank steering bar centered on the ADI. Monitor your airspeed to maintain approximately 120 knots. V2B approach is now transferring us to V2B terminal control for landing clearance. To request landing, press the HOTAS mic switch forward command or left alt and num plus keys to open the VHF AM radio command menu. Then press F1 to request permission to land.
When cleared, press F12 to exit the radio menu.
Check landing gear. Wind 240.
I'm watching that glide slope. We're coming in too low. So that's why I raised my throttle and raised my, there you go. You can see the glide slope caret dropping. Alright, this is good. This is good. Come on, Bruce. There's our donut. There's our donut. There's our donut. And there's the glide
AOA
slope.
indexer is indicating you are on speed. Keep the donut light on as you approach.
Here we go. There's the glide slope's a little bit above us, but that's okay. Don't do anything foolish.
As you approach the runway threshold, the pitch steering bar on the ADI might begin to oscillate slightly. Do not chase the needle. Maintain the glide slope to the touchdown point. As you near to just a few feet above the runway, reduce engine power to idle and gently pull the stick slightly back to flare the aircraft.
Full speed brakes.
Touchdown.
On.
Now lower the nose for nose gear touchdown.
We did.
Use the rudder or X and Y keys to keep the aircraft running down the center of the runway. Engage the
now
wheel
we got
brakes
the
by
nose wheel
pressing and
steering
holding
on.
the W key. Once your speed is reduced to below 70 knots,
Brakes are on,
engage
brakes
nose
are
wheel
on.
steering NWS by pressing the HOTAS pinky button or the insert key on the
That
keyboard.
went really well.
Taxi off the runway using one of the taxiways to the left. When taxiing, avoid holding down the wheel brakes while turning at the same time.
I'm gonna
Keep the
go
ground
over
speed under
here.
control to avoid damaging the tires, gear mechanics, or tipping the aircraft to either side.
Over here, where the just past this striped marker. This is
Follow the taxiway line to the parking
now we're
spot.
on the taxiway.
Looks like the
We
crew
can
chief is on his
stop
way over there
here.
now.
Let's see. There he is. He's running there now. We'll head over there. But in this stopped position, normally this is where you would be raising your flaps. Turn off the landing lights. You would normally turn off the pitot heat, which is right here. And speed brakes down. And since we're getting hot in the cockpit, we'll raise the cockpit. Not the cockpit, the whatever you call it. Alright, there we go. Let's head on over there and park. Ah, I felt much better about that approach and landing. Whew. Making that right turn was actually a better idea. Oh, I should turn off that audio. Oh well, dude, don't want to look down at the moment. Sorry about that. The ILS signal. It doesn't drive me crazy, but I'm sorry if it drove you crazy. It's always good to know you've got a good ILS signal when you're coming in on an ILS approach. Good
We'll now
enough.
shut down the aircraft. First, set the anti-skid and pedal 2 heat switches to off. Turn off the
Skid
ILS
off.
receiver by right-clicking the left frequency dial knob.
Let's see, right clicking. Actually, it's the left.
Turn off the
now.
IFC and the kick cue on the AHCP.
Alright, let's turn these off.
Turn off the left and right MFCDs.
Okay.
Turn off the countermeasure system.
Alright.
Retract the flaps to the up position by pressing left shift and F twice.
They're already up.
Turn off the IGI and CDU on the right console. Spool down the left engine by pressing the right Alt and N keys. Monitor the EMI panel to check for a safe spool down. The core RPM should drop down to 0 and the ITT to approximately 200 degrees. Anticipate a slight heat soak back as the engine stops.
He forgets to tell us to disarm the ejection seat. And now we will shut down the left engine. We'll come over here to monitor the core RPM. When it gets near 0, we can shut down the right engine.
Now spool down the right engine by pressing the right control and N keys.
Alright, right engine. Shut down. Whew! That was one of my better approaches in landing. I never did see these yellow crosshairs dead center.
Set the inverter switch on the electrical panel to off.
I don't know what it takes to keep those crosshairs centered.
Turn off the battery.
An approach. Alright.
Turn off the VHF AM, UHF, and VHF FM radios.
Alright, this one is actually here. Off. Off.
This concludes the landing training flight. Press the escape key to exit the mission.
So there was too many things happening for me to try to get these yellow bars to be centered during the approach. It's just, I don't know. I like to center this line segment, and then the glide slope. I thought there was one down here, but I guess not. The glide slope caret is right here, And I tried really hard to keep that centered. And we had the donut. So I'm pretty happy with the results. And definitely made up for the severely bad approach and landing on the last video. That's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it.